Welcome to Legends and Lore. Let me ask you something. Why do people who never met, separated by oceans, languages, and centuries, still describe the same kinds of monsters? Not superheroes, not fantasy. Warnings, the kind you tell your children so they don't go into the forest, or the sea, or the dark. Tonight we're counting down the top 10 scariest mythical creatures, from number 10 to the one story so feared some cultures barely speak its name. Hash 10, Rokurokubi, Japan's long-necked horror. By day she's ordinary. By night, her neck stretches impossibly, or worse, her head detaches and moves on its own. That's the Rokurokubi, a Japanese yokai recorded in classic ghost tales. What makes it scary isn't the monster part. It's the idea that the threat looks normal until you sleep. Pop culture footprint. You'll see Rokurokubi-inspired horror designs across anime and modern games, even when they don't use the name. Number 9, Baba Yaga, the forest witch who doesn't forgive. In Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga isn't a cute fairy tale witch. She's a force of the wild, living deep in the forest, flying in a mortar, and dwelling in a hut on chicken legs. Sometimes she helps heroes, sometimes she eats the careless. That's why she works so well as horror. She's not evil like a villain. She's nature's judgment. Movie reference. John Wick popularized Baba Yaga as a fear nickname. Proof the legend still has bite in modern culture. Number Y, Lamia, the child-stealing nightmare of ancient Greece. Greek mythology gives us Lamia, a figure that became a child-eating monster and later a night-haunting spirit. This wasn't just entertainment, it functioned like a warning story. A name whispered to frighten children away from danger. The horror here is ancient and universal, a predator that targets what you love most. Number Y, Strigoi, the undead that comes back wrong. Romanian folklore speaks of the Strigoi, a returning dead, tied to fear of restless spirits and the boundary between life and death. These stories likely grew from real historical terror, disease outbreaks, misunderstood decomposition, and the fear that the dead weren't finished. Pop culture footprint. Strigoi appears in modern horror fiction constantly because the idea hits the same nerve. What if death doesn't end the threat? Hash 6 Nuckelavee, Scotland's skinless horse demon. Orkney folklore describes the Nuckelavee, a horse-like demon fused with human parts, often described as skinless, bringing sickness and ruin. This is nightmare fuel because it feels like a plague story with a face, a way to explain when crops fail, when animals die, when illness spreads, and the creepiest detail? Fresh water was said to drive it off. So even rain becomes protection. Hash 5, Jorōgumo, Japan's Spider-Woman trap. Jorōgumo is a yokai that can appear as a beautiful woman, but is truly a spider that lures victims. This myth lives where fear meets survival. Don't follow strangers at night. Don't trust what dazzles. Don't ignore the warning signs. It's the perfect urban legend creature because it turns temptation into a weapon. 4 Manananggal, the flying torso. Philippine folklore describes the Manananggal, a creature said to detach its upper body, grow wings, and hunt at night. This one is terrifying because it's so specific. The details aren't vague, they're surgical. And across cultures, you'll notice something. Many night monsters are built around real fears: pregnancy, vulnerability, helplessness, darkness. 3 Rakshasa, India's shape-shifting man-eaters. In Hindu tradition, Rakshasas appear as powerful beings, often malevolent, sometimes man-eaters tied to illusion and deception. This isn't just a monster, it's a warning about predators that can wear a human face, and about the chaos that follows when morality breaks. Pop culture footprint. Rakshasa-like demons are everywhere in modern fantasy horror because the core fear is timeless. You can't trust what you see. Number A. Chupacabra, the modern myth that refused to die. Unlike most legends, the Chupacabra is a modern cryptid story, first widely reported in 1995 in Puerto Rico. Blamed for livestock found drained of blood. What makes it scary is how fast it spread. Not through ancient scrolls, but through news, rumor, and fear. And even today, the legend keeps evolving, because modern life still has unknown predators. Even if the explanations often point to disease, animals, or panic. #1 Wendigo final reveal. Hunger that turned you into a monster. The Wendigo comes from Algonquian folklore, associated with winter, starvation, and cannibalism. This isn't just a monster story. It's a survival warning about what hunger can do to the human mind. And that's why Wendigo stays at number 1, because it doesn't feel like fantasy. It feels like a dark human truth wearing a creature's shape. So here's the real question. If people across the world created monsters to explain fear, what fears are we creating today? Comment the creature that disturbed you most. And if you want the next episode, Top 10 Most Realistic Mythical Creatures, hit like and subscribe. Welcome to Legends and Lore.